Hello.
Good day. Right, I need to remove an image from my screen so people can read, which is this one. Perfect. Right, so do you want to do it similar to last time where we go one by one with the changes and then on the right?
We can do like last time, we do one by one and then we adjust the tier list at the same time.
Yeah, because we
not
keep...
all the classes got changed, so not all the class will move.
Yeah,
I mean, maybe
not...
some classes will move because they have no change as well.
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll see.
Right. Let me make this smaller. Put on a different music.
I think there is gonna be again some people saying that Chanter is even more broken now because we got changes.
Oh yes, I like the 30-second cooldown reduction Blessing of Wind and the fact that I get mana now, so I don't I don't die to mana loss.
The mana is really really cool, but the Blessing of Wind, the 30-second, honestly I don't even feel it. Like, for me, it doesn't change anything. I don't feel like it's shorter cooldown. If it would be 2 minutes, maybe I would feel some difference, but 2 minutes 30, I think it's more or less the same as 3 minutes.
I mean, yeah, because you use it one time per round.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
You have to time it based on your enemy cooldown or defensive.
Yeah,
so.
And even like for fights in Tiak, in Dread and shit like this, it's usually one fight every 1 minute 30 to 2 minutes, so you still have it only one every 2 fights. So it doesn't change
more or
much.
less, yeah.
We can start with Chanter since we're already talking about it.
Okay, sure. Let me scroll to Chanter. Here.
To put the chat on my screen so I can see if people asking questions. Alright, so it's mostly convenience change. It's not really any how to say, any game-changing modification to the Chanter. Magic recovery is like way more convenient to use now because you don't need to put the protective ward, which is completely useless as a stigma since we have the Tiamat stigma that does the same thing on the same cooldown.
Yeah.
But way better, of course. So that's actually a really good change for people who play on support. And also the 3 minute duration, 3 minute cooldown on magic recovery instead of 5 minutes. I mean,
it's like
that's still a garbage skill. Still not worth a big stigma slot for that, but it's.
I'm still using the first version. I don't even have the highest updated yet.
Come on. At least update it.
Well, I mean, because it's whatever.
Whatever, but it's also 80 KP, it's whatever as well. Just update it. At least when you use it, you give more money.
It's fine. Fine.
And you're also all the time playing on support. If someone should play with the level 1 version, it should be me. And I still have the level 4 version. What are you doing?
Bro, that's still AP could go to whatever. But by the way, the next skill, Lucidity, is still useless, but not as useless. It's just a bit less useless, but still useless. Lucidity.
Yeah, it's still completely useless. I mean, if you have Word of Inspiration socketed, I see no reason to ever press that. I mean, you can press it if you somehow you don't have Word of Inspiration in your build, but I don't see why you would.
You know, I think Akame messaged me and he said he sold the skill book for like 200 million or something like this.
Yeah, some people were paying crazy prices, but I think that's because they think that it can stack with Word of Inspiration. If it would stack with Word of Inspiration, it would not be a great skill, but it would be a usable skill. The fact that it doesn't stack makes it like completely useless. At least you don't nerf yourself that much anymore since you don't lose healing boost anymore. But
and 300 healing boost was like massive, like
30%. It's a lot.
Is it similar to like, let's say, having festering or something? Is it like, I mean, obviously not as strong healed nerf, but
no, festering is like it would be like minus 500.
Yeah, so within like 50% versus 30% heal reduction. So
yeah, but it's still massive. I mean, if you use that before the change, then you definitely didn't want to press a single heal during that time. But yeah, as I said, as long as it doesn't stack with Word of Inspiration, I see no reason to press it. It's just Word of Inspiration, but worse. So yeah, it is what it is. Word of Wind change is actually really nice. You get now 10% casting speed on it, so it's now good for every class. Like even for your cleric, like the attack speed was not completely useless for your cleric, but it was not really that important. But now that you have also the casting speed, cleric will want that. That's like almost a Masarius mace.
Oh yeah, Masara was like what, 8%?
No, Masarius is 13. It's insane.
Okay. Just to clarify for the chat, this is like 1v1 overall type of.
The ranking is
it's not really group. It's not really
I
group.
agree.
Because like if it was group, cleric enchanter instantly S tier. There is no questions about it.
Obviously.
So
stamina restoration, really insane change. We needed that mana.
You know what's the most annoying part? I mean, it's shown on your videos, but like when you fight Templars or like other chanters, sometimes clerics, and they don't want to fucking die, it's like by the time second round comes, you're praying that they don't attack you so you can mana treatment or something, because you don't really want to waste an AP pot for mana.
I ended up using AP pot for mana like really often against opponent that really didn't want to die. So it's a risk, because then if you get bursted, then you don't have your HP potion.
Yeah.
But still. Now at least you don't need to, and I really throw out the Abyss potions from my inventory. From mana 1, I mean, of course. So it's actually good. It's not game changer, but it's very, very convenient.
I mean, if the people playing support, they will still need the AP pot, because like they can put stamina restoration with say elemental.
Well, they can put magic recovery on themselves.
Yeah.
It's 3-minute cooldown, so it's not that bad. I think on support, honestly, you don't need to refresh the Word of Protection all the time. People actually do this, don't really understand the game, I think. Because Word of Inspiration, as long as your team is DPSing, you need to refresh it constantly. But Word of Protection, I mean, unless you know that magic damage is coming up,
yeah,
like at the beginning of a fight or something, why would you refresh it?
It's a mana drain.
Yeah, it's not giving that much benefit, and it costs a lot of mana. So I think on support you don't consume that much mana if you don't permanently refresh Word of Protection. And this magic recovery change is actually decent for your mana. Since cleric don't need it anymore, since now they have their own as well to recover mana. We will see that. Now the Blessing of Wind change. So yeah, as we said, 2-minute 30. It's good. I mean, it's something. But honestly, I don't feel it. I feel zero change at all. Like, really.
I mean, for me personally, like in open world, doesn't really matter. In arenas, again, like I time it around the cooldowns of my enemies. Like for example, Gladiator Berserking or Blessing of Winter going for the extra damage.
Like against Gladiator, you wanna press it at the same time as the press.
And they sort of mirror cooldowns, so it doesn't really make sense to use it in other time. If Templar has other armor, you don't press it until it expires, or like things like this.
The only change that I see with this 2-minute 30 cooldown instead of 3 minutes is that if somehow, for example, you got Godstone proc or some shit at start and you couldn't like press it when you really wanted to, then it's gonna come back a bit before, and you're still gonna be able to sync it on the round after with your opening cooldown. That's like convenient change. It's not really affecting how strong or how weak Chanter is. It really doesn't matter at the end of the day. And this disorienting blow damage.
I actually like it. I like it.
I mean,
it does a lot more damage now, because before it was like 200. Now it's like.
No, it was 200, man.
How much was it? I remember it was like very low.
It like, was basically they increased the base damage of the skill, so not the total damage that you have when you have your weapon equipped on the tooltip. You know, the damage you have when you have no weapon equipped, they double that. So I mean, it was not a skill that did a lot of damage. So now
before it was like 200 to 400. Now it's like up to 800.
Yeah.
So like that's noticeable.
It goes up to 845.
Yeah.
The Padma stuff. So yeah, I mean, it does a bit more damage, but it's not really a skill that you will use to burst anyway. So I guess again that's something, but you don't really gonna feel it much, honestly. It's not the main purpose of the skill is not to do damage. So
yeah, it's to knock down. But hey, at least in PV now you can use it for a bit extra damage. It's not that bad.
Yeah, true. When I don't switch build in PV, now I do
yeah. Yeah, you know what? I wish they buffed it to be like the Templar skill where it gives a 10% PV attack. That would be so nice. But no, NCSoft.
So it has 16-second cooldown and does 4k damage like fucking break power.
You know what I feel? You know what I feel like? I feel like when it comes to Chanter optimization, they just give it to the interns and be like, have fun. I know what we're gonna do. We're gonna do this shit.
It's like they're experimenting stuff, but they have no fucking clue what they're doing. Like most of this change, except from the mana change, it's like such minor tweaks. Doesn't really matter much, honestly.
For Chanter, like bigger changes come with 3.0 and even bigger on 3.2, was it, or like a bit later patches?
Yeah,
but until really, then,
we'll see later. But we can't really profit much from this change until they rework the stigma system, which is in 3.4.
Yeah.
I don't know how it's gonna be called for us because I think NA get 3.2, but they call it 3.0 part 2. So I don't know. Maybe it will be 3.0 part 3. Who knows?
One day.
So, what is
in terms of one day we'll see the change.
Yeah, exactly.
In terms of the ranking, where would you rate it then? Do we keep it at A+ still?
I think for now, yes.
For now, okay, we keep it there.
Yeah, it's not like top of A+ anymore. For sure, it's definitely not top of A+ because other classes get much bigger changes and much more impactful changes than this.
So I can put it after Ranger?
This is like, yeah, it's like above A tier, but it's not like top of A+, far from that now. It's like, yeah, probably middle of the pack.
Just to clarify for people just tuning in or watching this was the tier list we had back on 2.8. And now we are going to readjust it as we go along through the changes. And once we have every skill change reviewed, we're gonna do it, properly readjust. So don't freak out when you come in and see, oh no, Assassin is B tier, but they have some nice changes or whatever. Now it's not like, relax, we're gonna get there. Okay.
You can go after Sorcerer. I think Sorcerer is also better. I mean, they get so much shit in this patch. It's really insane.
Okay, we'll see. Which class should we focus on next? Gladiator?
Yeah, let's start with the beginning. Let's say Gladiator.
Like Gladiator is this.
No, they got all the change in the previous patch.
Yeah, Gladiators are. I feel like Gladiators can be pretty happy with the changes this patch. They can finally use lockdown individually from a body smash, and on top they get how 300 attack reduction, and then physical debuff. Yeah. To 100, sorry, and then the cooldown is 1 minute, and you can. Is it guaranteed to parry attacks? Or not yet?
Guaranteed to parry 2 hit.
Two hit.
So it's like our perfect parry, but 2 times better. Yeah.
Fuck my life, and then they can finally use the life leech skill as well on demand, pretty much.
Exactly. Now the life leech skill that they got in the previous patch is actually really strong because they can use it all the time. So. Gladiator definitely get a lot of change with this split cooldown. So yeah, as you said before, there is lockdown and body smash that get separate cooldown, but there is also weakening severe blow, and that's not something you should ignore, because that means that you have another option for cover.
Oh shit, right.
Since it's also separated from the other two, I mean, it is viable to remove the stigma severe weakening blow, which has almost same name by the way, and use that instead to cover. It's a bit slower, but it can free you one stigma slot if you want to put something else. So it's definitely doable. I don't know if it's the most optimized thing to do, but it's definitely playable like this now. Meanwhile, before you had not really many options to cover.
Wait, I am. Wait, oh sorry. I just copied this. Go here. I'm just curious to see what it could look like. This is Gameforge English. So I'm just to know as well, like when I face Gladiator. So they have this,
What are you doing?
Do they use Sharp Strike? Or they don't
No,
use
I
it
don't,
any?
no, I don't think they use Sharp Strike anymore. They with the two Telos and Tiamat Stigma, they don't have spot to use Sharp Strike since 2.7.
Okay. What else? This definitely. Now, Fury. You said it can now remove Awakening Blow.
Well, wait. First, I think you need to put Slaughter as well, because this is really not...
for the magic accuracy, yeah. Why should I remove How, dude? Bubu, like why do you remove How? How is the skill now? Sorry. Yeah.
It's not so now
Sorry.
you need to remove.
Yeah. Sorry, my bad. Because it's not the updated version. Okay, so what else?
You still have Howl on the screen now.
I have 3 stigmas left. I can put.
Yeah, but why did you put Howl?
No, I removed it.
No, my screen is still there.
Just refresh it, I guess.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, they have Tenedon. I know they have Tenedon for sure.
Yeah, they have Unknown Price. They don't actually always play with Absorbing Fury, but most of the time they do. And yeah, basically most of the time they were taking this Severe Weakening Blow as last slot. So now they can put, if they want, they can put Ankle Snare, they can put Draining Blow, or they can put the Stigma version of the level 50 AoE, which is also really good.
I mean, it's safe to say that now they have a bit more flexibility regarding their stigmas.
Yeah,
which is good.
The Severe Weakening Blow is not mandatory anymore, I would say. It's still a decent option, but it's not mandatory. You can replace it now. Okay. What else do we have?
Gladiator. That's pretty much the Strength and Wings reduce cooldown. From 5 minutes to 3 minutes and reduce duration from 1 minute to 30 seconds.
So yeah, Strength and Wings is a really good up for them, because now, I mean, they had this Strength and Wings that lasted for 1 minute, which is not so important, the duration actually. What's more important is the cooldown, because it allows you to dispel all slow and all root on yourself, and also resist the root and the slow for the next 1 minute, and now it's 30 seconds, so the duration is halved, but still, since the cooldown is almost halved as well, I think it's a really good up. The attack speed debuff resistance is honestly like just adding another layer of RNG, but it's not really gonna matter much because it's only 200, so it's really low chance to resist it.
I mean, most will probably kite in magic resist as well, but still. You know, sometimes if they wanna kite your stuns or whatever and you wanna do something, you know, it can help. I mean, for me, it's still a nice change because before they didn't even have that, so they can probably resist.
It's 20%. I don't think they're gonna resist it that much, honestly.
But not even have like maybe a Templar one or a Revenant one, though you can put the Revenant because they can't bury it anyway. So again, it's still something in there.
Yeah. Well, I don't think against Templar they have much things to dispel either. I mean, Templar don't have blind or bind or anything, so I mean, you already dispel the attack speed debuff anyway if you're fighting a Templar as Gladiator. So
yeah.
So I don't think that's much. It's like 20% chance to resist it. Okay, well, take it. That's something.
Are we ready to promote Gladiators?
Yeah, you can put it in A+, definitely. It's way stronger now.
I'll put it like this for now. Right, let's go to the next class. Clerics. Yes, Clerics got some pretty nice changes, like they should be happy. For me, as a PvE heal bot, like the fact that I get a free mana recovery skill every 2 minutes, it's a big win for me.
Well, yeah, this Shatter Memory is now really good. By the way, guys, this one, if you use it for the mana, because honestly you don't really need skill to lose aggro as cleric, especially single target one. Use the level 1 because it costs less mana and it gives the same amount of mana. So it's just use less. The higher level you take, the more mana you're gonna consume to use the skill, and it's gonna still give you the same amount of mana. So just use the level 1. It's better than the level 2, 3, and 4.
That's actually a really solid tip. Thank you for sharing. Next change. Amplification.
Now
Instant cast.
which is really good for them because it's a long cooldown buff that you kinda wanna use it when your group start taking damage, and before you have to precast it because it's 1 second casting time. And in the middle of the fight, when everyone's taking damage, you don't have 1 second to waste to cast a buff on yourself. So now you can use it, I think, later, more like in the action and not as a preventive buff.
Yeah.
So I think it's a really good change for that. For PV, it's not gonna change anything, but it's purely PvP change. This one, it's really good for them.
Though for PvE, Chain of Suffering being also usable on PvE targets, that's a big win as well.
Yeah, but I think that's more also a good change for PvP for them because now it's 3-minute cooldown instead of 5. So when you're fighting someone that has MRES set, which is not another cleric because the other cleric just dispel it.
Did you dispel? Yeah.
But other classes, they cannot dispel the Chain of Suffering with 1 potion. They need 2 potions to dispel it. So now you have 1 chance every 3 minutes to land that on them, and they will have to waste 2 dispel potions to remove it. So it's insane because it's reduced the magic resistance by 400. So it's basically fucking up the opponent.
Magic resist set. And sometimes before they cast it, they combine it with the other magic resist debuff.
Yeah, the other one is easier to learn because it's way faster to cast, it has way lower cooldown, and it has also integrated bonus magic accuracy, which this one doesn't. So yeah, usually they put the first one, then they go for this one, if they don't have good enough magic accuracy set, but if they have really good magic accuracy set, they don't need to put the first one, they can just cast this one and it will go through. And then after that they can switch to more magic boost parts to do more damage.
Yeah.
So you have that. So
Instant Core of Lightning.
This is like a small change for PvE because it's quite rare that cleric go on DPS set in PvE. For Siege it's not gonna matter because this is a dot, so it's not gonna stay on the target long enough. So it's like
some people go on hybrid, and considering most dungeons, with the exception of let's say Faistus or Lamet or whatever.
If you wanna go on hybrid, I guess that's still some extra damage. Yeah, that's something.
Yeah.
And now the big change.
The elephant in the room.
Yeah. Well, that one is really insane because you can just use the rest of your instant skills to already put the target under 50%, like with the noble energy, the normal energy, you have the slashing wind into a divine touch combo, and then after that, like when the target already takes those 4 hits, usually it's like 50%, maybe even less if you crit and if you have a really good set, then you put cold lightning and it's over. Basically, you can almost one-shot like every class that is not plate, I think. Plate will be harder because they have higher HP pool, and even actually maybe even Gladi you can one-shot if they don't expect it. If they don't have second win ready to pop, you will one-shot them, definitely. But if they have second win ready, I don't think you can one-shot them, but you can put them like low enough in HP that it gives you such a massive advantage to them. So I think it's still really strong.
I don't know if they can put it, but like some might even pop, let's say, a Festering Wound if they have it on, and be like, okay, try to heal now, bitch.
Yeah, they can also put Festering Wound, they can also put the Blind, they can put a lot of shit, because this DPS 3 also has the, how to say, the attack debuff, the other blue Sigma from the DPS 3. It's an attack debuff, and it's like nerfing your attack by a lot, like really a lot. So most melee classes will want to dispel also that, and if you have the blind on top, then you can just bait the dispel with that and put blind after. That's giving you free blind. But yeah, maybe not all melee class actually know that it nerfs their attack a lot, so you can also abuse that, like put the Bling shit that reduce your attack, and then like if you take damage, you're gonna take way less damage with that on your target.
I just want to address on Real Crush. So people will be running around Magic Reset, that's true. However, a Magic Resist set can be countered by Magic Accuracy set, and although you can't reach that high values probably with Cleric, and then you need a very expensive stuff to actually make it worthwhile.
Oh,
you also you also have the like we just addressed it a bit earlier, Chain of Suffering, lower cooldown, Magic Resist debuff, and also before that the previous skill, which again you can pot it, but this one can't be, so you can just use on Ranger. And because like how much Magic Resist can a Ranger get? Like do they even have a bow with Magic Resist, or like who I've never met a Ranger with Magic Resist.
I think they can go to 2.3 something, which honestly a Cleric that has Cavalier set will easily reach. So
yeah.
And you're gonna have way more than 1.7k magic boost with like Balik staff and Cavalier set, close of course Cavalier set. You're gonna have way more than 1.7k magic boost while having the magic accuracy. You're probably gonna have like 2.2, 2.3k magic boost, which is insane. And you can also use amplification. It's now instant to just delete him. So you get an extra.
Even if they're on Magic Resist.
Yeah, and also like once you land one of the MRS debuff, you can also probably make different macro with more pieces on M boost and less pieces on magic accuracy to get more damage in. Like if you land, for example, the Storm of Iron, you reduce your opponent MRS, and then you can just switch like 1 or 2 parts to M boost to get extra damage and use your instant skill. Because if you waste the Dispel Pot on the Storm of Iron, then you're free to put the blind with full MX set after, so he's fucked. I mean, there is not many classes that can afford to Dispel the Storm of Iron. Let's say there is almost zero. Like if you already have enough magic accuracy to land almost everything on the guy, he will not waste the potion for Storm of Iron. He will only waste the potion for Storm of Iron if you have a really shit magic accuracy. Then you will only land Storm of Iron, and you will just dispel that, and you will not land anything after that. But yeah, if you're fighting a cleric that has really good MX set, then no, you're not dispelling Storm of Iron. So you can abuse that and switch more magic boost parts in once the debuff is on.
Yeah. I mean, some depending on the character I fight in, because you know I fought quite a few geared ones. Sometimes even though I know they have like festering or something and they want to bait me, if I see Chain of Suffering being casted and I have Storm of Iron on, I will like, okay, fuck it, dispel that and pray to God that I resist Chain of Suffering, because otherwise you're fucked.
Yeah, definitely dispel the Storm of Iron and let him resist the shit.
Yeah. Okay, now. Rank list on 2.7, 2.8. We put it on B. Can we promote the cleric?
You can put it in A now. Definitely.
Definitely A. I agree.
It's way stronger than it was.
Okay. Next class on the list. We already covered Chanter. We move to Sorcerer. Hello there. People's favorite now. They got really nice boosts. Fuck my life.
They got insane boost. Insane boost, man. The split cooldown from Stamina Absorption and Frost is massive because it profits every single build of Sorcerer. So that's really huge. Like when you're bursting someone as Sorcerer, if you were lacking a little bit of damage to finish it or something, then now you have 2 instant skills instead of 1. So it's like really good. And also now you can use Frost and still abuse the stamina absorption for HP recovery on mobs or shit like this. If you're fighting in some arenas or in open world situation, you can definitely abuse that. So yeah, that's way better for them to have this. Actually, yeah, probably it's actually even a bigger boost than Glacial Shard is. Like because this profits even on Sleeping Storm 3.
Yeah. I mean, Glacial Shot already fought a few sorcerers from Glacial, and sure, first thing can be a challenge. But after that, you have 0 defense, you don't have Elemental, you don't have Illusion, you have nothing. You might try to blind leap and sleep, and then wait for Flame Spray again or something, but...
class.
Yeah. I guess that build is good versus plates, maybe? You just insta-burst them.
Yeah, you can reset them when they are full buff, for sure. With Glacial Shard instant like this, you can just reset them when they are full burst. Full buff up, like the second wind, the UD and everything, and then after that you can abuse the stun, you can abuse the... You can fuck them up without having Illusion and Sleeping Storm and shit. So I think this build is, it's good versus plates, and maybe especially versus Gladiator, because Templar is a bit tougher to deal with for Sorcerer.
Because of Empyrean armor as well.
There is also the fact that without Illusion, the Templar can easily fuck up a Sorcerer like 100 to 0 if the Sorcerer has no remove shock.
Yeah.
Because they have so many tools to stun or pull you from a range or stuff
double
like this.
pull. Yeah.
It's insane. Yeah, double pull, then you have the range stun, you have also the cleave that helps to break the shield. You have probably one of the best stunlock in the game. Honestly, Templar stunlock is really, really insane. So yeah, you have a lot of tools to deal with Sorcerer on DPS 3. So I think it's mostly good versus Gladiator in 1 versus 1.
What about Comet Foe?
Well, Zekiel Wisdom first. Let's go in order.
Oh yeah, sorry.
So yeah, this... I mean, that's...
I'm a bit annoyed.
Honestly, it would have more impact if it would be on Sleeping Storm build, but since it's on pure DPS build, I don't think it matters much, because that build also has Supplication of Focus, so it's rare that you have to fight when you don't have your magic boost cap. But yeah, let's say, I mean, it's another option. Instead of being just a useless skill now, if your opponent has Emrys set and you don't have Supplication anymore, then you can just go Max set and put Zekiel Wisdom on top of Vaisel and still do decent damage.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, it's not... It doesn't matter too much, honestly. It's overrated for now.
But still, like...
It will be stronger in next patch with Magic Suppression, in my opinion.
Yeah, but even now, say for example, if a Sorceress fight, like top tier Sorc, if it fights you and your Elemental Defense and MR set, right? If they combine Zekiel with Magic Magic Assist, they will do a lot more damage on Max set, right? You're gonna do a lot more damage.
Honestly, a Sword that has good gear, just with Magic Assist already, he barely needs to put anything in a Mac. I mean, take for example the Sword with Cavalier set, it will have probably over 1.9k Magic Accuracy already, like without socketing much in it. So if we put Magic Assist on top, he probably has both M boost cap and enough MAC to hit you through the Emrys. So I don't think that matters too much. It's more like if you don't have any Magic Accuracy cooldown up, then you can put that on top of Vaisel and it gives you some extra damage.
I see.
For me, this Zekiel Wisdom change is not so important. It's probably the most useless change of all 5.
I don't fully agree here, but okay. No, I mean, the fact that you can use it both with Wisdom and Lumio, that's already a big change. And the fact that you can use it while on Magic Accuracy, that's also helpful.
Lumiel. No one used Lumiel. No one. It's no point to mention.
How long was the cooldown? Same cooldown or?
Yeah, Lumiel is 30-second cooldown as well, but it's completely useless because Lumiel doesn't stack with Vaisel.
Yeah.
So yeah, the Lumiel is useless. Then you have Comet Fall. Comet Fall is now a really, really good skill for Siege. Outside of Siege, I think it's completely useless, but for Siege now it's insanely good. Because you now have a 15-second cooldown AoE that hits 10 meters around your target. It's insane. If you compare it to Fire Burst, for example, Fire Burst is 5 meters around your target, if I'm not mistaken. So it's giving you way more range, and it's gonna kill the melee classes in the siege. Because even with extend, they will have only 7-meter range.
This is like... I still wonder, like, what were they thinking when they first came up with those type of skills where you can only use it on a ground target when you're flying, right? Sure, back then Reshante was like a thing, and you can sneak up on a target that's on the ground, but...
Back then it was a thing for Siege as well, but since the Siege was mostly in flight map, it was like when your target was on the boss or on the gate or something, then you could just fly from above and spam that comet fall, so that's how it was designed in the first place. But since there is barely any fight in flight map now, it's went kinda useless, I guess.
Yeah,
so
and now it's picking up again.
10 minutes. I mean, 10-meter range for me is the point that makes me say that it's too much. It should be 5-meter range around the target. Because now, like, it's also have the lava tempest or lava tsunami or whatever. That is also 10-meter around target, and they have also this comet fall. But at least the lava tempest was 1 minute cooldown. This is 15 seconds.
You can just keep spamming it.
You go on melee range of any boss like Divine, Velator, Agent, what else? This new Siege as well.
Tonight, Beluslan, yeah.
DPS at the same time the boss, because I think if boss faction doesn't DPS the boss at the same time, I don't think it's gonna fall. But if they manage to DPS at the same time the boss, then all the melee class will be fucked by this skill. It's just gonna carry so much.
Yeah, it's why in one of my posts I wrote like I should have made a Sork back when on Velator, because like with Sork it's so easy to get contribution compared to, let's say, a melee. I know how gladiators make it. They just make a group and they run around the boss for in PvP groups. I guess that's how you do it as a melee, because you don't really have other choice. Or you're an X-form and just dive in, do some spin, pull, whatever.
X-form thing is also limited, because X-form can be good. Like if you're a gladiator, okay, you can go in, you can do full AoE and shit like this. But like if you're X-form as a Templar or as a Chanter, then you don't have that much impact. It's very, very limited.
I mean, Rospet What, sorry?
At least you can DPS the boss if you have X-form.
Oh, that as well, yeah.
But the other bosses in Divine and Agent, you can if you have X-form. Then we have the Glacial Shard. This one is just ridiculous. I mean,
it's funny. Yesterday I was doing some mob grind with my Revenant, I think, and I saw Sorcerer buffing up. I turned around, I died, and I swear to God, I was like, "Oh, did he proc a Godstone on me?"
No,
I checked the combat log. It was Frost for like 2.3k and Glacial Shard for like fucking, I don't know, 8 maybe or something. I didn't have that much HP, probably a bit lower.
Yeah, I mean,
but like I was like insta dead.
Even if they fight a tanky target, they can do Tornado, Glacial Shard, Summon Rock, Frostbite, Stamina Absorption, and if you're still not dead, they can come melee range and finish you off with Freezing Wind. That means that you cast a single shit. And they still do like almost 20k damage to you with those.
Yeah. Insane.
That's just ridiculous. That's another level of insane.
Thankfully, that skill gets 30% PvP damage nerf, but unfortunately, it's on 3.0, which we have to suffer through mini wildcard event with this type of build.
Yeah, so, I mean it's gimmicky. Like you will kill a lot of people with this. It's just insane how strong it is. But at the same time, not having sleep, not having wind tree, not having this kind of thing, makes you really like a one-trick pony in group, because if you fight in group, then you will just be able to one-shot a target at start, and then after that you're basically useless. So, what else do we have now?
We have to ranking. Sorcerer right now is behind Ranger. Do we leave it for now there? For now?
I think for 1v1 it doesn't change. Honestly, I don't think it changed. That's I mean, it's slightly better, mostly because of the stamina and frost change. It's better against Gladiator, but Sorcerer was already beating Gladiator, so I don't think that matters too much. Honestly, most of this change don't matter too much. Only the stamina and frost change makes them a little bit better. I don't think they're better than Ranger in 1v1. But
I mean, Ranger is fucking ridiculous, dude.
Like
Okay. Moving on then. Spirit Master, hello there. 2.85. What do we have? Another nice change of not sharing cooldowns. Chain of Earth and Blade of Earth. Now you can now you can mass slow and just, you know, use a knockback chain or whatever on target. Whatever your heart desires.
Yeah, but I would also see it differently. Because the Blade of Earth is a really strong slow. Let me check.
Stronger than Chain of Earth?
Yes, I have my notes on this. Let me check it. So yeah, the Chain of Earth is slowing you by 65%. The Blade of Earth is slowing you by 70%. So it's not that much, but at that point, I mean, from 65 to 70%, it's like a massive increase because you're like exponentially moving slower. You know what I mean? It's like it's the biggest reduce from 65 to 70 than from 0 to 5%.
Is this the biggest? Is this the biggest slow in the game?
Yes. Blade of Earth is the biggest slow in the game. So yeah, you have that option as well. Like if your target's melee class, then you can just perma slow it. Like I don't think he would dispel the slow, but like before this Chain of Earth, it has, you know, some random duration, so you couldn't have 100% upkeep on it. Now you can, because you can just rotate between Blade of Earth and Chain of Earth, and if the opponent doesn't dispel any slow, then you will be perma slowed.
Okay.
So I mean, it's not that big, but it's still a really massive change for Spirit Master.
Sorry, I just need to move so I don't DC. I'll put them back up. Right. Next is a much more interesting change in my opinion. The Spirit Preserve now giving shield on the whole fucking group, man.
Yeah, and it's 5k instead of 3k, and it's 2-minute cooldown instead of 3 minutes. Yeah.
Very nice. But to be honest, seeing such changes, I don't really mind, because especially when we started on Classic, group PvP lasted like a second. Like you would go in, gladiators would go unga bunga, 2 cleaves and you're dead, right? And like with having so many defensive abilities up and stuff like that, the fight lasts longer and it's a bit more interesting. And maybe because they added so many shields, that's why quite a few classes get shield breakers now, like Ranger, next time Assassin.
Yeah, but
so
justifying a shield break because of Spirit Master having a 5k shield or something, I don't think it's worth.
No, I'm not justifying it because of that. I'm also including Ranger. I'm also including Chanters. I'm also including the Templar shields, Bodyguard, stuff like that. It's not the only shield you get.
My main problem with that is that it's a fucking Spirit Master skill.
Yeah.
Honestly, I would not mind that much if it would be a sorcerer skill.
I feel you don't like Spirit Master that much. Am I saying this correctly?
I mean, yeah, I don't like Spirit Master, but still, over that, this class is already insane. I mean, does it really need a 5k group shield with 2-minute cooldown? That's literally 5k. Like, let's put it in perspective. A 5k group shield is the equivalent of our 10-minute shield, and they have that on 2-minute cooldown.
Oh, you mean the Chanter shield that absorbs 5,000 damage?
The 10-minute cooldown,
yeah.
It's the equivalent of that, and it's on 2-minute cooldown. So yeah, I don't think it's Spirit Master's role to put such a strong shield on the whole group. If it would still be 3k, I mean, okay, it would be better, but it would not be completely insane. Now, the fact that it's 5k on top of being on full group and on top of having cooldown reduced, I think that's too much. Honestly, that's just too much. That's not Spirit Master's role to put group shield like this. No, the duration is not way lower because the duration is 12 seconds or 10-minute shield is 15 seconds. So it's like 3-second difference. It's not making much difference. It's gonna explode anyway before the end of the duration in both cases.
I actually like this change, and this is just a personal opinion. I don't mind seeing it. Because in my eyes, SM was always like a support CC type of class, and support not as in healing or whatnot, but like providing debuffs and boosts. So for me, it fits.
Yeah, debuffs and boost, not a shield, not a group fucking shield. That's insane.
I still like it. You can't change my mind.
Yeah,
but I am insane. Don't even mention it. But yeah, I like it.
Okay, Infernal Blight. This is pure PvE change. No one plays that in PvP. Well,
1 minute.
That one I would say it's good because now at least skill can be up all the time, and Spirit Master has even more value in group in PvE. So yeah, I think that one is a good one.
Yes, sir.
Then we have Transference. Transference is actually one of those insane skills. Again, the boost that it gets is out of this world. Now, I mean, the mana part is something. I mean, whatever.
Yeah. Mana to all group
instead of only the Spirit Master. Okay, that's fine. That's something. First of all, they remove the 10% cost in HP to that. So if it would just be to give mana, I would be like, okay, whatever, it's fair. But on top of that, now it gives 200 elemental defense for 1 minute with 3-minute cooldown. And this is just a normal stigma. So to put it in perspective, 200 elemental defense is what elemental screen gives. An elemental screen is a gold stigma, and it gives it only for 30 seconds. And it has the same cooldown.
I'm just curious.
So is it fucking Spirit Master's role to be a better support chanter than chanter itself?
Well, we still have Mass Shield, the yellow one. I forgot the name. Safeguard.
Yeah, but Safeguard is not support. It's like any tree will put that. It doesn't matter.
But it serves a support function.
Yeah, but it is not Spirit Master's role to have a normal stigma that is better in support than support chanter gold stigma. That makes no fucking sense.
We should just reroll SM, bro, at this point. Transfer. I'm trying to see if they can put... do you see them? Oh, they need this Dark Fetter. But they need... Fuck. I wanted to see if they can maybe use it against... in PvP against Sork, for example.
In
the elemental defense.
No, in 1v1 I don't think they will play with that, but in
you
group,
don't have...
Yeah. I mean, in group, if it would be group play, personally I would remove the Shackle, I would remove Infernal Blaze.
Yeah, because it gets Infernal Pain.
Yeah. You can remove also this other one, the Shackle.
I removed it, yeah.
Let me check. I would put Blessing of Fire.
Blessing of Fire.
And I would put... No,
Transference?
Yeah, the Transference as well, yeah, exactly. Either the Transference or the Weekend Spirit, but I think Transference... I mean, it really depends what kind of setup you have in front. If you have a setup with damage, then yeah, Transference is better. If you have a full physical setup, then I would play instead the Weekend Spirit as last slot. But that you can adjust on the fly. I mean, you can just let your Spirit Master enter last. You tell him what type of setup is in front, and he will change Sigma according to it.
I see. I mean, again, I like seeing flexibilities in builds because up until now, not until now, but like even before, like there were just like one cannon build and that was it. And now even later with the skill changes and stigma changes, you can experiment a bit more. Because, you know, it became boring, just playing the same build for everything. Because you're like, oh yeah, I could maybe...
If you're not bored playing Spirit Master, I don't understand you already.
What's alright? If you're not bored playing SM.
Yeah, it's boring class, most boring class next to Revenant. It has literally no gameplay.
I can see the love for this class just oozing from you, Kana. This is amazing.
No, but I mean, really, like, for example, look, I don't like Templar, but I cannot say that Templar has no gameplay, because Templar has a lot of mechanics, and it's actually a complex
true.
class, even though it's broken as fuck, but it's a complex class. Spirit Master and Revenant, they're like brain dead class. You can put your feet on keyboard and it will do kills. It's just that easy.
Yes, the chat appreciates your love for SM. Right, I think regarding SM and its position on the ranking, like I think it's safe to leave it there.
Yeah, it's not gonna. It was already most broken class in 1 versus 1. It is still most broken class in 1 versus 1. Nothing changed.
Pretty much.
It's just even more broken than before. Not by much, but it is more broken than before.
Oh wait, Assassin, they don't get to change this patch,
nope.
Right? They got everything.
Everything with the previous patch.
So what, do we keep it at B tier?
Yeah, Assassin is not so good. It was appearing stronger than it was during the wildcard event because Assassin profited a lot from the pool wildcard. Yeah. But when they don't have that anymore, I think that's still the worst class in 1 versus 1.
I see.
At least for now, it will change probably in the future, but on this patch right now, I think Sin is still the worst class in 1 versus 1.
Oh, Ranger didn't get a change as well.
Ranger got everything of previous patch as well. Next class and last class that has changed on this patch is Executioner.
Wait, sorry, I'm just checking. Are those debuffs from the glide skills potable? Just for personal reference.
I think the Ranger one is not. I'm not 100% sure, but I think the Ranger one is not potable. The Chanter one is potable for sure. I tested that. The Ranger one, I didn't have the opportunity to test it yet. But
no, I had a fight against Project and I think I dispelled it.
Dispellable, but I'm not sure. Honestly, I didn't check. So honestly, for me, it would make sense if it's dispellable. It would be completely insane if it's not, but I'm not sure.
It's ridiculous. Okay, moving on to Executioner. They got some... Now, Executioner specifically, I tried the new build. Let me just go to Aeon for a bit.
I'll let you talk a bit on this one because you know the class more than I do.
So the thing is, slowly, ever since 2.85 and now in 3.0, Korea is putting a bit more emphasis on the magical tree of Revenants. Because up until this point, barely anyone used it for two reasons. Lacks mobility and also higher cooldowns. Now on the magic tree, on Revenant, you would see that you have, before this skill was just a damage skill, and now they made it a 100%. Loaded slash. Now it's a 100% damage absorption, which in dungeons, for example, like Phaestus, it would help because it's not a aggro skill, the heal of which would, redirect the lasers, and it's higher sustain. I tested, it locks you in place. For now, I don't know if it changes on 3.0. We need to check the sheet, but it locks you in place, so it's not that great in PvP. And to put it, actually you have to remove some skills from here which are higher value in my opinion. Then in this build you have the blind, which still it's 4-minute cooldown, and again it's not really worth in my opinion. And then you have this skill which does quite a bit of damage, and with this build you have nice burst every 30 seconds or so. But again, you lack mobility and you lack sustain, so like survivability, I mean, because you can't really put a lot of your defensive abilities like flash shot. Actually, let me check if you can. Bear with me. The other change that I absolutely love is the 30-meter dash. Before, this skill would only trigger if your target suffers immobilization debuff like root, slow, etc. Now 35 meters up. Now you can use it like on demand, and this is like, for me, it's a really nice change. So like chasing targets would be a lot easier, and of course it's like 30 seconds cooldown. So
can you test it with attack speed scroll? I'm not sure how fast it actually is.
Oh, sorry. Okay, 10 seconds.
And try to move instantly when the animation is over.
Okay.
Stay in place, just to know how long it locks you in place. So I want to see like if someone's running away from you, if you use that, how far away it's gonna put you from your target. It's not that much.
It doesn't lock you for long.
So yeah, I guess it should be usable, but considering the time of the animation before, you probably will end up like 7, 8 or even 9 meters away from your target, which is still fine as Revenant. But it's not gonna put like 1 or 2 meters away from it because the target is moving. And it will register the position of the target at the moment you press, at the moment the animation starts, and not at the moment your target, your character is actually dashing to the target.
It's still insane using it with glide skill. Yeah, bro. Like my issue right now, Nugget, is that I like 3 classes and my love for Chanter slowly fades. Like Revenant and Templar so far are like a lot more fun to play. So I don't know, bro. I'm a helpless case. I would never gear my Chanter at this point. But by the way, yeah, I know that you can cancel the animation with an instant skill or a chain. But for this one, it kind of locks you in place with... See, I cannot use this Prime Strike, but with this I can. See? The lock is a bit bigger. But Kana doesn't let me play another class. I think play SM, I think he likes them. That's fine. Okay. So Revenant didn't get as exciting changes. Most of its exciting changes come 3.0. And out of curiosity...
Yeah, it's still really good because now this other build is viable. It might not be like super strong yet, but it's at least it's usable now with 30-second cooldown.
Yeah, true. But
and
no,
this live drain 16-second cooldown. Like
you can use this on PvE.
But yeah,
it's not that much. And again, in PvE, let's just try because we have the because I know the PvP builds here. So let's put the life leech, life as well. You definitely need shield and the electric armor. Then that leaves you enough space for Prime Strike. Oh, bro. Fuck. You can't get Revenant up, which is an important chain, but then this locks you in place. With this build, you get an extra debuff for cover for the attack speed slow. So you can use the chain that lowers, it gives you parry, like this one. One sec. This blue chain. Then use the attack, the physical defense debuff, and then you can cover attack speed slow.
Isn't it viable to play like this? With this one? I linked?
I honestly need to test it. But for me, the fact that like the base damage of the skill is not as great compared to other Revenant skills. But again, it scales differently, so... how do I say it? It locks you in place. And because you can't benefit from the mobility of the class, so sure you might recover 800 HP or something like this, or 1000, but I don't think that's, you know, I would rather have a big hitter. Because a Revenant top dude is like such a nice chain for burst. Like, Prime Strike chain, the shield is already down, and then you instantly go for knockback. And then clothes are, you know. I don't know, I need to play around. Chain Sworder would know a lot more on this topic because he played with the other build as well. So he would know a lot more than me. Oh, someone in chat joins. Until 3.0, just forget about covering anything. Blind is 4-minute cooldown, attack speed debuff is 4 seconds long. Yeah, you're right, Mooney, because right now I don't even bother covering it because even if they pot it, by the time the cooldown of the potion is back up, I can cast it again. So it's time waste, you know. I open with attack speed slow and then use it again. Now ranking. Yeah, I think it's fair. I actually fought pretty good cleric yesterday with my Revenant, and I was so happy when she casted instant Core of Lightning on my own resist buff. It was pure luck, but it felt so good, and I'm like, yes! So much skill on my part. Anyway, yeah, I love Revenant, so 8 tier, we keep it there, 1v1.
Yeah, I think it's still at the top.
I mean, because okay, before people jump on me, oh, this is such a broken class and this like that. Guys, As a Revenant, you lose to
stronger.
Templar, you lose to Templar, you lose to SM, you lose to Ranger, you lose to Sork. That's already half of the classes. Cleric, I don't know, depends on the Cleric. Chanters can fuck you up, but again, depends on the player. So it's... You lose to Glad versus buff. Yeah, first thing, when they have Spirit Armor of Attrition, UD and second wind, forget about bursting them. And they just fucking delete you. So... Like, Revenant shines in group PvP, guys. In 1v1, it's so-so. It's strong. It's definitely strong. The damage is completely busted. But you can play around that. So, take it with a grain of salt, but I do believe that Revenant is not as good as other classes in 1v1. Giga easy to play? Yeah, of course. Yeah, but that doesn't... Like, the ease of play doesn't determine how... It might be easy to play, but you would still fucking lose to half of the people. But that's on Revenant is broken and requires zero mechanic or brain cell, all the above class you mentioned. If the player don't have cool Revenant wins all. But dude, even if Revenant, if you don't, I'm sorry dude, but if you use your, if you don't know what you're doing as a Revenant, like even if you don't have basic understanding of the game and you use your buffs and like, if you use fucking knockback on a remove shock or freaking waste your, I don't know, all the CCs on Unwavering Devotion or like, you time your dispel wrong on the roots and I don't know, your cooldowns even around sorcerer, that can fuck you up completely. Like, yeah, but Lynx, if we split this for 1v1 group and PvE, this session would probably last 2 days. So yeah. Anyway, we'll leave it for now here.
Exactly, yeah, I agree with Mooney on that. Like, the fact that Revenant is brain dead class, you can totally expect what they're gonna do, and you know when they're gonna knock back you.
Yeah,
so
you can sort of predict.
It's not really a class that can surprise you too much. Like, all they can do is surprise you with the damage if they get lucky crit, like 2-3 big skill in a row, but aside from that, they're not gonna surprise you with their mechanics. Everything you do, you can already say it like 3 seconds before they press the button. Because it's so obvious what they're gonna do.
Yeah, because if you see the long chain, you know, oh, the next one is knockback. Or if you parry, you absolutely know that next attack will most likely be a knockback as well. So actually, as a chanter, I kind of enjoy my knockback accessories. And we have a passive for knockback as well, right? And then if you combine that with the shield... No, it's not knockback. Is it stumble only? Or it knockbacks as well?
No, the Tiamat shield also increases knockback.
No, that as well, but a passive for chanter. No, we have stumble one. Do we have one for knockbacks?
Gives 200 stumble resist, 200 knockback resist, and 200 spin resist.
Okay, so yeah, combine the accessories with that and the shield, it's like UD. It's really good. But again...
it's like 750.
Yeah. It's really nice.
3 chance out of 4 to resist it, but with the shield anyway, if the Revenant is so retarded that he uses all his knockback skill on the shield, then sure, I won't even remove shock.
Nice. Okay, moving on. Which class is on the list? Oh, that's it actually. We covered all because not all classes got changes this patch.
Yep, on this patch that's all we got. I think that's for the tier list, that's more or less what it is. Maybe, I don't know, like I would put like Chanter and Gladiator on equal, but still under, maybe lower Assassin to B tier, Exe and Cleric to B, and Chanter and Gladi to A.
Wait, what?
You know, Assassin, put it C.
C?
Like the class in B, you put it in C, the class in A, you put it in B, and Chanter and Gladi, you drop it to A.
What? Bro.
Yeah, like
but we need... Okay, but instead of C, can we just replace these to make a bit more sense? Because right now it looks like Sin is completely useless, which is not. But what would you place them?
It's not useless. I mean, Sin is a class that really gets value from surprise effect. In Arena, you have no surprise effect. It's just, I mean, it's just what it is.
Wait, you're telling me that this guy wants to be under Ranger and Sork? Turbo Nugget says to you.
That is just fact.
Wait, what is it? Fuck, do we have this? Sorry, I had to do it. Right, but no, what can we replace this? Because they don't, in my opinion, don't really reflect. Because like, they would be like what? Absolutely useless or normal or what?
Because you're on the lowest tier, that you're completely useless. Just the weakest of all the classes in 1v1. It's just how it is. It's not that weak. It's like the gap between each tier is not like insanely big. I would say the only insane big gap there is between S and everything below. But other than that, there is not that big of a gap between the classes.
Okay, I'm doing this like that. I don't know if it's gonna change them because it's on the same link. So what does Nemvista say? S Templar and SM on S tier, Chanter and Ranger A+, Sorcerer Glad on A, Revenant and Cleric. Sin don't wanna talk. So you wanna put like this?
Okay, Glad you like Gladys always like to underestimate their class. They don't realize how fucking broken it is when you have full buff.
Any other suggestions while we're at it? Yes, 3 minutes cooldown, not 10 seconds. Like Revenant?
Yeah, you think every class has 10-second cooldown, so what?
But by your logic, Nemvista, like you should put like then Revenant above what Gladiator, because it has low cooldowns or what?
It doesn't matter how low the cooldown of a class is. Like if you have the potential to snowball your cooldown and chain the opponent, then you're not losing your buff. That's why it's very important when we're fighting a gladiator, for example, as Chanter, that we don't lose the first thing, because it's better to just kite and try to survive for 1 minute 30 than just lose the first ink just trying to do as much damage as possible, because if we do that, then we have no buff and they have all buff. So we are just fucked and we're gonna die like 2-3 more times.
And now he says, you can't put Chanter same rank as Glad. Chanter is really higher tier than Glad right now. Yeah. But okay, wait. Nemvista, what makes you think that? I'm not talking about cooldowns and stuff, right? Just... because like in your imagination right now it's like full gear Chanter with max elemental accessories, and you're comparing it to a Gladiator with like basic PvP gear. A full CD Chanter is unkillable. That's true. On a defensive set. That's absolutely true.
It depends.
Chanter can win.
Spirit Master, and Spirit Master will shred through anything Chanter has. No problem.
Chanter can win Templar, that Ranger Sin. For Templar, you need to try hard like you've never tried harded before in your life, and you need a specific...
No. I'm sorry, Templar with equal skill and equal gear will destroy Chanter. Completely destroy Chanter. There is like zero chance that you win.
I agree. Even when you use the stun mantra with stun accessories. Like, dude, I get magic fucking smash on me for like 6k. What can I do? Then you get one random KD, you cannot predict. Break power into Pitiless, you dead. Next thing, double pull. You forget the double pull. Like, what can you do? All you can do is kite, pray you don't get killed in between, and when they're low on cooldown...
you don't get any random knockdown.
Yeah.
If you do, you're dead. And yeah, that's all. That's it.
Honestly, like, if you see... I mean, probably I'm not the best case, but like, if you see like Chanters fighting Templars, 99% of the fight is them kiting the Templar until the cooldowns are down so they can actually engage. Otherwise, it's pure suicide. And then Templar, okay, DP, right? You can use DP and stuff like that. Templar what? Nezican, full heal. Now they have double Iron Skin, the 2k DP on the Ilios side. That blocks damage. You have...
the main thing with the Templar and why people think it's actually struggling to kill Chanter is because most of the Templar have no fucking clue how to play. And I'm sorry, but this is just a fact. This is just a fact. When I fight Antoniv that has like insanely low gear, I have more pressure than when I'm fighting most of the full ABG plus 15 Templars. Like easily more pressure. And he has not even level 58. If a Templar would actually know how to play, he would literally win 5-0 all Chanter. At equal gear. Easily.
Wait, Nana says, you're making balanced tier list, by the way, not power tier list. S would be the most balanced, D would be the most unbalanced.
Okay, whatever.
I mean, I can change the name to be like power list, but we're talking, we compared based on the skills in terms of the strength, so maybe it's my fault for...
Last tier list, whatever, just remove the balance, we don't care.
Yeah, I have to fucking edit. 1 sec. Okay. But yeah, I don't agree with this. So should I just put them back like we put them? You said, okay. This is what you Sork.
No, Sork is A plus and Chanter is A. Yeah, that's how I would say the current tier list with everyone at max gear. That's what it should look like.
Sork is A plus easily. Yeah, that's why we put it there. Do you wait? I'll put the link of the previous tier list for them to see the difference. Oh no, wait, that's the other stigma build. 1 sec. 1 sec.
But this tier list is about 1 versus 1. It's not about group. If we talk about group, then Cleric and Chanter are S tier because you can't go in Dread or Tiak and seriously expect to win without them. It's not possible.
But Adi, again, like if we make this into like the ideal scenario would be like you break this into solo 3v3, 6 versus 6, then you have PV tier list, and then you have open world or whatever, right? But if we do that, we will be talking here until next Wednesday. So this is mostly in 1v1. Because, you know, obviously, if this was a group PvP thing, instantly Cleric and Chanter go S tier. No doubt whatsoever. Zero doubt. You know. But for solo, I don't know. That's why, like, maybe this needs a bit... Because like, people just seeing this C and the people think, oh, see, that means it's dog shit. No, it's not dog shit. It's just compared to the rest and compared to the changes. It's not as strong. Or maybe I can just put like based on strength the boost they got compared to before. Maybe it would be better like this, I don't know.
No, I'm sorry, Nem, but no, the Gladiator is not a dummy for a Chanter when you don't have UD. If you know how to play around it, then you can definitely do it. Otherwise, we couldn't even fight each other as Chanter because we don't have UD. So what? We are dummy to each other? No, we play around it. We know how to switch to dev set, how to switch to attack set, how we can afford to attack, when we can afford to do it, when we should turtle. Like, it's all mind game as well. That's just that Glad is not used to it because they used to press all their fucking buff and ignore the mind game. They just force through everything.
I mean, I'm seeing a lot more gladiators now playing around out as well, as in like they're swapping sets.
Yeah, which... I mean that's what makes the difference between the good Gladi and the random average Joe Gladi.
Yeah, because like it's much more. It's for me it's refreshing to see like people trying to pull out as much out of the potential of the class compared to before. And sure, like people don't really want to account sets and stuff like that. But like even now gladiators run around with magic resist set. You know, they have block sets, they have accuracy,
exactly,
they have damage.
Exactly, they go on shield stance, they do everything. Like a good gladiator will not let you kill it like it's free kill every time he doesn't have UD. It's not that easy.
Yeah. I mean, Shiza does a good job at showing that, I think, because even if he had a recent one arena, no wildcard skills against the Chanter. And, you know, he played around that, you know, around the cooldowns. Again, he used his defensive set, so... you
I'm
know,
not
he
saying
played it well.
Gladiator has the advantage against Chanter without UD, of course. But
Yeah, it's
literally
a
not free kill. It's literally not free kill.
Yeah.
If you are free kill whenever you don't have UD, then you're the problem, not the class.
Dude, okay, just the thing, especially now with these changes where they don't share cooldown on a weakening blow, body smash, and lockdown, you get insta cover on root. You use shield, okay. Smart gladiator would either probably step back a bit so they don't burst your whatever on the shield, or they might keep the pressure. And then after the shield is down, they just go back on you. And if you say, oh, but Chanter has block set, gladiator puts accuracy set, and what do you do then? And not to mention that often you're perma covered with ghost stones as well, and that's something you need to take. Sure, if you're lucky as a Chanter and you land all, you know, blinds and whatnot, then it's a different game. But it's not as easy.
I mean,
Chanter has 3.5 block with shield mantra.
Honestly, what it looks like when you're fighting a gladi, like your average gladi with
But-
fucking blinding stone, just look at the video I released like 1 hour ago on my YouTube. You will see.
Okay,
you will
one
see
sec, Flash.
like what the fuck I can do in the first 1 minute of the fight. And, like permanently kiting because of the fucking godstone and because of the random knockdown and everything.
On my Chanter, all I'm missing is a block hat that has like 100 block. My shield is plus 12. So that's 3.187.
Can't you just ask anyone that has handicrafting to make you the fucking glasses?
The glasses or the belt. I need a belt for tailoring.
Yeah, but the belt is tailoring, and it's way harder to find someone that has tailoring craft. The glasses, like handicrafting, there is so many people who have that crafting job.
Oh yeah, sorry, and it's my bad. It's not. Yeah. My shield is on MR. That's the thing. That's my bad. Sorry, thank you, Adi. Yeah, but you because I use it on my magic resist set as well.
Yeah, but anyway, you will not see any Chanter that has plus 15 shield in full block. It just makes no sense to make 2 shield plus 15. And it's not even optimized because you actually profit from that small amount of MRS against physical classes, because they have usually low MX, so you can resist some of their debuff,
Deva.
and even some of their godstone
Business
sometimes
with me?
with that amount of magic resist.
I swear to God, I'm just gonna cheapen out and just go for the plate hat, dude. I don't fucking care. I can't find the glasses. I've been spamming. I've tried to contact stuff.
Contact people who have the crafting job.
I do, bro, and they're like, I'm not crafting now, or I don't have materials. So provide me everything. And I'm like, okay, but
Yeah, well, yeah, you provide everything, of course. It's not.
I
their
just
job.
wanna pay. I know, but I'm lazy. I just wanna pay, and that's it.
And it doesn't take long. You just
Welcome,
check the
Deva.
broker for like 5 minutes each day. You buy
Welcome,
whatever
Deva.
you need.
Yes,
as long
Aselon,
as it's
stop
not
checking
expensive and
fucking
no one's
skins
showing up.
and go for the fucking actual useful shit. I know.
Yeah,
Don't
stop using.
fucking.
Stop checking for skin. Exactly.
Okay, this is nice.
It's a good idea.
Fuck my life, dude. Yeah, I'll go for this. I don't fucking care. Kana is ready to block me, I guess. That's fine. I already played Templar here. I'm halfway there.